Oh,
We just trying to figure out.
about how to be a case manager and then how to get paid for it.
who's hiding?
It's just a lot of informal communication. She sent me to somebody else today.
So you've kept it professional. That's the most important. You guys registered?
No, we came here to ask a question.
Are registered for.
Am I like the one who answers questions anymore?
Yeah,
Well,
because it's your part.
Yeah, we just what's going on with Great Minds? That's what they just.
Oh, luckily it's in the dean's hand, so I can defer to that. I'm like, Dean's got it. I know she passed on the financial aid.
Thank you. RD?
Yeah.
Who is RD?
Dean Hobbs.
Can you look at this?
Yeah.
That white lady,
Yeah.
Amy Hobbs.
Why is it Dean Hobbs?
I'm saying that white lady.
Yeah, it's the white lady.
Because she always comes up Amy Hobbs. I've never seen her in person.
Dean Amy Hobbs, right. Yeah. She's a English professor mostly. That's what you.
Yeah, so I'm doing it right.
Okay. Yeah.
And then this part, this is what's confusing. What is all of this?
Well, so in the past, we had to get everything signed by both the kid and the parents. They may have changed that, but in the past, it had to be signed by both kids.
So for right now, what would I do? For the agency name, the contact title, the service, right, are we making it up?
Well, it's other agencies involved.
I don't have other agency. That's what I'm saying.
Then,
It's
then
just
you
me.
could put NA. A lot of times they got both Lighthouse and they've got, like other folks.
Yeah,
You
so,
video it.
for example, I made it home health provider. So for all of them was home health provider.
That's interesting.
The person I'm doing, which is Vicky, she has physical condition. So I did a lot of home health.
Is that an assignment title
Yeah,
for who?
Nikita.
The one that she just told us to do, our final one?
What?
The final.
You got to make a treatment plan.
No,
Everybody
that's
That's for our class?
the treatment plan. Yeah, you ain't started.
Treatment plan.
You
Yeah,
tweaking, bro.
That's not the 5 pages one?
Yes, sir.
boy.
You turned in the 5 pages?
What 5 pages?
The last assignment.
Yeah, I bet it does.
So that's is that the final assignment?
No, so this is the final before the final.
Oh, I did do a treatment plan, I think.
You
You
did?
did it?
I think so.
It don't even matter because I'm gonna use it.
No, I gotta see what it look like.
It's cool.
Nah, come look at it. Come look at it.
It is hot in
I
here.
need help.
It
with
is
this
very
last
hot.
part. I'm confused.
Open both door and window. That's the only way ever. It'll be cold in a second because it's 18 degrees tonight. Does the Wi-Fi suck now?
The Vicky crap.
She probably trying to change shit up.
She probably is.
I'm gonna ask Key.
Oh, she's already done it?
So, Ms. Dr. Charles,
She-
all this
so, like, she gave y'all a
all
case?
this-
If there's
I
no
didn't
other
know about
agents
that.
involved, yes.
Dang,
Unless they make you include your own agency in
No, I don't even
Then
know.
you
She
forgot
ain't
to
said
do,
that.
there. I mean, so usually, yeah, that's the PowerPoint we were going over. Okay, we were live. Oh,
And
wow.
the service provider. What
What you drinking in that bottle? Water.
would you put, based off of read my treatment plan, what would you put for the service provider?
Well, usually it is a therapist or a case manager or
It's a, from a home health provider, what I put the service provider.
I mean, you could be a home visiting counselor, home visiting social worker, home visiting case manager. They might even do it with a psychiatrist,
Let me see, Tanya.
home
What
visits.
that look like?
Bro, why did Google Docs delete my?
You made that. You had to make that form up.
No.
Go and get to look at it.
I gotta get on my computer. And it's there right
It's
now.
easy for real. It's easy. It's this last part that's confusing me because she didn't really go over it. But it's not hard though. If you use Vicky, bro.
Oh, you get a choice?
She did it in class. You don't remember? You in class when she did it?
I wasn't there.
Yeah, you
Oh,
tweaking,
bro, you're in trouble now.
It's due on December.
Y'all want to grade?
I think she said she about to extend it. Now
I
she-
see her email this morning.
Now she texted me because she knows she been getting phone calls from me. She ain't answered that phone.
Oh,
It's due. Wait, I will upload the video for this assignment today.
By December 3rd.
Module 16. The assignment is due Sunday, 11:50.
This Sunday?
that's
Yeah,
your
I
last
just-
assignment?
No.
No, we got a final like a final over.
Okay.
everything, like an actual test.
Don't worry about our class, Charles. Okay.
Ooh.
And then for this last part, what's this transition level of care change discharge plan?
Yep, that's how you discharge somebody.
So what am I putting for these? Like,
Does it have check boxes? Open mine right here. This is the entire PowerPoint is making.
yeah, it's got one right here, but man, I don't know how to do this, dude.
So here's mine that I've trained you people on. You ever heard that? You people. I've trained you people on this before. It's case managers, counselors, and it's clinical documentation, the golden thread. Can you play it in something other than PowerPoint? Because PowerPoint sucks. It'll take 20 minutes.
Is Nikita's over our placements, right? Do you think I can get in at a school, or she'll say no?
You could get in at the school.
Why I asked about school, she said no.
She said she doesn't have a placement at school.
She said no.
I mean, that is very possible, but the key is you reach out yourself.
I know a teacher. He told me I can come.
What school is it?
Edison Elementary. It's in
And
Dayton.
then, do they have a BSW on staff? BSW, LSW, or are you texting him? He's finding the easy button. All right, so here's how I usually do my treatment plans. So that's what all this is all about. Is it big enough up there, or?
Yeah, let's see. I just need to know how to do this last part.
They can have a BSW in social work.
They either need a bachelor of social work or a license of social work. That's usually how it rolls, because before 92, they could get grandfathered in. So here's the first one is treatment planning. So like, you do clinically appropriate services. That's the shit you're typing in there. I can show you an example one too, if that's helpful. It's called the Homer Treatment Plan. Watch this. You search Homer ISP. Homer ISP. Because I save all my shit. There it is. Hey. So this is our treatment plan from Lighthouse. They're all the same because when you bill Medicaid, they're paying $86 an hour for case management. You all get paid $20 an hour. The agency gets $86. Come on. It's this one. Watch only one of them open. And then there's a sample ISP. So that's another. So here's what mine all look like. It has those same columns. Should I make it like the full size? Like enlarged? You all both do this assignment? Like depressive disorder and affected by parental relationship distress and bereavement. We always have CANS, which is strengths and needs. Same shit you type in like that there. Other agencies, here's the other agencies. It's the same thing that we do at every agency you type in. So you got the diagnosis, like the top is just.
So what's the level of care transition discharge?
That's often in relation to drug and alcohol treatment, but level of care is either inpatient, outpatient, or intensive outpatient. Those are like your options.
So this is so say the options again.
Inpatient, outpatient, or intensive.
What inpatient means is the majority of stuff is at home. If I'm not at home.
That's outpatient. If they're home, they're outpatient. If they're locked up in a clinic, or inpatient.
I'm gonna say outpatient for the level of care.
Yeah, look how many goals and objectives we have too. Like these are measurable, all of that. Client will verbalize in session one example of unresolved grief that may contribute to his depression. You'll do this at fucking school too. So
Don't cuss again.
listen up. Client will learn to identify negative thinking patterns and replace not using cuss words with at least 3 positive thoughts, strategies to increase mood. And 3, client will learn to identify, challenge, replace self-talk. James was like, fuck.
Mhm.
And I'm like, he's going to say it at
I
Thanksgiving.
got one more question. Do you know if we'll have it before we go on break? I need to pay my balance.
So it goes from me to the chair to the dean, which is done, to the person who's in charge of monies. So
already been to you to the dean?
Right, and I feel like your best advocate is the dean because once it gets to financial people, they don't give a fuck. They're like, oh,
I don't even know who the dean is.
the dean is Dr. Amy Hobbs Harris, and she's on
The white lady?
Yeah,
Sorry, but-
yeah, and she's actually helpful. She's on the first floor. She's got a secretary. She got free snacks. In the first
Thanks for
floor.
the free snacks. I'll be visiting her right now.
Take one or take none.
No, I'm gonna do like I can go.
Yeah. Well, have you seen how much is in there after?
Yeah, I just came from the office.
You better load up.
Ain't nothing in there.
Oh, you better load it up.
Bye.
Bye.
So you would just put outpatient?
If it's home, if they're home, that is outpatient. If you're in a hospital, that's
Yeah.
inpatient. Or if you do 6 hours a day, that's intensive outpatient. You ever written a treatment plan?
She need to be looking at this too. She in the
See?
same. They ain't even started it. You can come look at mine or what I got going on. If you want to come up here.
Oh my gosh.
And then,
I have so many meetings.
for the anticipation date, like what would I put for anticipation date?
It says, where does it say that? Like when they're going to graduate from your program. That's the best way to phrase that. So if it's 6 months away, usually treatment plans
Yeah,
are every
mine,
6
I
months.
did it by year.
Kids are allowed to be up to a year, so you could do
I
it.
did it by year. I did. So
1, 5,
I did
24.
1, 5, 24. And then I did 1, 5, 1, 5, 24.
Yeah, so this is something very common in practice. So in social work.
So if I started in 2023, should my anticipation date still be 24, right?
Unless if it's drug and alcohol, then you do them every 3 to 6 months. For some reason, drug and alcohol is more frequent, probably because there's relapses and probation officers.
Clients has reviewed and agreed with goal client signature. So I just put her name.
Yeah. You're not going to go out and get it signed because this isn't
That's what I'm
signed.
saying. Right. What is Vicky's last name?
Our supervisor at Lighthouse was Vicky Ackman.
Oh,
Longstreet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I started your baby. Hey, I think I snapped on the intro. I gotta let you read the intro. I was in there in my bag. I'm like, I'm snapping on this intro.
It's cool when it's your own ideas and your own shit you want to get
It
funded.
is cool.
Because
It's just the way y'all did. When I read the syllabus, I be needing stuff like dumbed down. I don't want
Well, yeah,
I
yeah.
be needing it dumbed down. Like some of the words that you use, I kind of get confused.
Well, and that's just our general syllabus for everybody from everybody, but that's why we have the in-person class times, because I need life dumbed down. You bring home any leftovers from Thanksgiving?
Oh, trust, I didn't eat nothing. I ate leftovers the first couple days. It was a wrap.
And now you're done.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to, she didn't cook a lot. It was only like
Really?
me. Yeah, it's nobody really come over. It's just me and my brothers and then my
Okay.
girlfriend.
I still don't understand how you can wear a sweatshirt and a down coat and sweatpants and not be sweating
It's cold
It's
outside.
cold as all get us outside. What are you talking about?
man.
Like, I was looking at 32.
How do you mark off this box?
A lot of times I just type the letter X in it, but yes, I do hate formatting like it's or put an X in front. There you go. Put an X in front.
Guardian signature, bro.
Just be like Mama Longstreet. You know, like make it funny at least. At least enjoy it. Because like when you get out in the field,
I don't know her name.
right? Just make her name up.
She don't need no parent, no guardian.
Like even ours here, it has Missy Fixit, I'm a Helper, Olivia Pope, and Dr. Frankenfurter.
So if it says if applicable, I don't have to put her parents.
Right, if they're 18, you don't, but
They don't provide her.
I'm guessing if it is adolescent counseling, they are a kid, and like you would have to get like consent. Right? I'm gonna do you guys
After I
good.
finish this, I'm gonna get my questions. Yours.
No, that's good. I'm even gonna do a treatment planning one.
Provide signature credit. Credentials. So what they mean by that? I gotta put her signature. I have no signature for her.
Well,
Is that
that's
Vicky's?
yours.
Oh, that's mine.
Because credentials is your LSW, BSW, or social work training. All right, because I drank too much coffee, I have to take a break. Can you give me 5 minutes and I'll play this in the meantime? I'll be right back. This treatment plan. Oh, see, they even got the. That's stupid.
To answer the question, what goes in the treatment plan, we first actually have to ask, why do we need
We're
one?
all the same.
And no, I
Sorry.
promise you, it isn't just to add more paperwork and annoy you. Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa McCaffrey, founder of the free private practice paperwork crash course, and today we are going to outline exactly what needs to go in a mental health treatment plan. I'm also going to share with you lots of examples that you can use immediately. Okay, so first of all, treatment plans should answer these 2 questions. Number 1, what does therapy with you look like? And number 2, how do your clients improve over time? So honestly, I recommend you pause this video, stop right now, and actually consider the answers to those 2 questions. Because really, those are things we should be able to answer to any client or any person if they asked. Okay, now more practically, how do we actually spell that out in a treatment plan? Okay, now one big caveat here. What I'm about to share does not necessarily apply to Medicare or Medicaid. Those are 2 US government health insurers, and they often have really specific requirements. So what we're going to talk about today applies to most private insurance and anyone else who is not having to worry about Medicare or Medicaid. So for most of you, if you're a therapist or a counselor in private practice, you're good to go with this video. So the first thing you need in a treatment plan is goals, right? Treatment goals. Now, goals honestly require their own video, so you're going to get that. I am going to share another video next week that will outline the 2 goals every treatment plan needs to have. So stay tuned for that one. The next thing your treatment plan needs is interventions. Now, interventions are what you do in therapy to help your clients. And it's okay to keep these fairly broad. You don't have to get really, really specific. You can basically provide a snapshot of what you plan to do in therapy with your client. So think of things like modalities, CBT, EMDR, art therapy, play therapy, sand tray therapy, ACT, EFT, etc., etc. You also want to think about skills that you teach. So things like mindfulness training, communication skills training, anger management training, sleep hygiene or working on sleep routines, exposure therapies, psychoeducation on symptoms, psychoeducation on parenting or other topics. So these all provide a snapshot of what you intend to do with your client. Basically, they show that you do have a plan, you know what you're doing as a professional, and you know how to help the client out. But you're not getting as specific as you would in a progress note where it's going to be really specific interventions like challenge cognitive distortions. Now here you can also add any planned coordination of care. So for example, if your client has a psychiatrist and you plan to work with the psychiatrist, if you're working with a child and you plan to talk with the teacher to get information and help the teacher with behavior training things, you want to include that here too. Now let me give you a tip for how to write out the interventions, because this is where I can see a lot of therapists making things overcomplicated. So think about the sentence, therapist will, and leave it at that. So therapist will provide CBT and mindfulness training. Therapist will provide art therapy and play therapy, period. Or so that.
So treatment plans go across the board. Like they're the same almost really in every state. Each state has its own stuff. Ohio lets BSW, LSW diagnose. So we're one of the only states you can provide therapy diagnose with your bachelor's.
And then for the supervisor, would it be to keep it?
Right. Whoever's overseeing you. Like if you were in your field right now,
I'd
I'd make it.
my supervisor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how you. She's probably letting you get creative on it too, like showing you actually thought about it. But here's my little PowerPoint. So It even does say,
Physical safety.
I used it to train my students and interns at Lighthouse Youth Services. So we had to train every 3 months. We had to run this.
And then for the physical signature and credentials, would that be me?
That's usually a psychiatrist. So I would put like Dr. Frankenfurter. Physician's always a doc, psychiatrist. What did you ask?
Have you ever had someone from Central be into job?
Right now I have somebody who graduated Central at God, what's the name of the place I work at on the weekends? Hospice. And she has a job at UC for like 70, 80,000 a year. And then she's PRN on the weekends at hospice for like 25, 30 something hours. Yeah.
Doctor, you said Dr. Franklin, who?
I just make up. That's what they have on this one. It says Dr. Frankenfurter on the bottom of it. See, right here. I don't know if that's
Oh,
like
keep
from
that there. I'm just, I'm gonna have to make it up. 'Cause
It's kind of funny, actually. So yeah, we have, and I've told Nikita we take interns, so you could.
interns
What
were,
did it go for you?
Not necessarily because I'm part-time.
Oh,
So you would probably be supervised by one of the full-time social workers. I clinically supervise, which is different. That's so they can get the clinical license.
go ahead, Dr. Charles. You getting some little bit of money.
Oh, it's the only way to pay for a family nowadays.
yeah.
Yes.
So can you look at this and see if this look good to you?
They always tell us, make sure every single box is full, but it looks like we didn't skip anything. What's the shopping part? I'm curious about that.
Shopping, so she gets like
Food stamps.
not even what part is that? Where did I put that? Okay, so Vicky like gets like she has schizophrenia. Then she has schizophrenia, so she like gets overwhelmed in stores and things like that. Crowded stores.
Oh, I see
So
what you're
she's
saying.
limited
Okay.
to 2 stores,
Okay.
so she can shop at, but not too crowded.
The only thing there, and I always do this too, is they say don't finish it with at, something like that. And I don't know
Where's that at?
what word would you use instead of 2 stores you can shop?
Vicky will narrow down going to 2 stores. She would like, but
Because for some reason they say don't end the sentence.
Vicky will
with at.
narrow down going to at least 2 stores she would like to shop.
Maybe just shop, period. For some reason, at, they always like, I write that way and people always trash it. They're like, you can't put conjunctions at the end of the sentence. I don't know what the fuck a conjunction is, but.
I wish I could remember, but I did have like a
Right.
grammar teacher. She was like, okay, she just gave us all assignments. And it was, her class was right before lunch, and I was so hungry.
Yes.
And she wouldn't let you eat the class.
I would have been hungry if I didn't eat some junk before here. So Vicky will take all the medication the doctor prescribed, maybe even that too, just prescribed, period. Or prescribed by the doctor, whichever one sounds better. Take medicine as prescribed? Sometimes they make you
We'll take all medication.
as prescribed. Because that way, yeah, I think that's actually, let's see how they wrote it. I feel like that's one of these goals here. Let me see here. It says Homer will reduce the frequency and intensity of anger outbursts. There's one last one that says Homer and Guardian assisted in the development of treatment plan, things that they believed in, transition plan. Do you guys have transition plans on yours like this? Or is yours just for completion of services? Transition and discharge.
We don't have transition plans.
Often it's the same thing as discharge
Is
plan,
it?
but
Yeah, we have that, the discharge plan, but
right. I think that's why they change it to transition, because discharge makes it sound like they're dropping you, and they just made it. Huh? It is, but they use different language like transitioning to part-time care or self-supporting care and shit like that. See, this one's 8 pages, so if you're all at 5 pages, it's still a little shorter than this one, which is fun.
Where's that from?
This is Lighthouse, so.
Oh, but yours different, isn't it?
Yeah, but treatment plans generally have to cover almost all the same things. It's pretty like common across the board. And
When you say yours has stuff, is it, like, clinical?
well, usually the treatment plan is used for everybody, which is case manager, counselor, which does clinical, and then because it says it right here. So like this has assessment one time, therapy once a week, alcohol and drug is not on there, but case management is here, and there's a group, farm, which is drugs, and then groups, which is boys council. So this one says, instead of girls circle, they do boys council. But yeah, that covers all of it. Treatment plans are supposed to be everybody is directed by this treatment plan. There might be an extra goal. Do you only have 2 or 3 goals? This one had 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah, I think the 3 goals.
It could be different spacing too, like bigger font, just whatever.
So from what you said, it looks cool.
Yeah, as long as you fill in every single box and like look like you know what you're doing and you got goals and objectives for your client. Because the goals are like specific and then objectives are like.
All right, so for your assignment,
I think it's a Christmas run that I
so
never
for
ran it. I bought the shirt for 10 cents. You ever go to Plato's Closet?
You were supposed to go during Black Friday. We just ended up going to-
What cities they got them in? Is it in every city?
It's in Indiana somewhere.
Because they even have Patagonia and like Lululemon, but I like thrift stores better. This was only 10 cents.
We got Lululemon in Carmel.
So for the overall scope, was that what you just posted for the announcement? What was that you put in the announcement?
I almost don't remember, but it probably sounds right. That's what the overall scope is just like what your goal is going to cover. The conceptualization is like how you conceptualize.
Is it this?
Oh, that's for a grant, right. So if you did do a grant, and that's like it's a shortened resume. So like in teaching, you have a resume and then you also have your bio sketch. And that's another example of shit that you have to keep track of every single thing that you do. We made her resume the other day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this has nothing to do with this.
Right.
For your resume. I'm like,
Yeah, you could include that if you guys have gotten that far and say you're actually going to submit a grant. You could have your resume together. She put her resume
I have
together.
resume.
Yeah. And so it's the same thing, but the bio sketch shows your research area. That's the only difference. It's like do this for research, this, and this.
So I'm gonna go back to
This day really sucks. I already had a 9, a 10. Now I got a 2 o'clock. I got clients at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a meeting at 8.
So you said the overall scope. What is it?
Well, the overall scope is like, how does the grant serve the population that you're saying you'll serve?
Benefiting with more resources.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it is?
Hey, read my first paragraph. And what I ain't snap on that first paragraph.
Oh, 3 o'clock canceled. Yes. I
So
can have
what?
private practice is my private practice. I love them. You don't get paid, but I still like to get an hour. Sometimes they charge me.
Read this, y'all. Tell me if you like it. This is from my abstract or whatever at the beginning.
I do like this. If you ever can find a citation to strengthen it, that's the one thing.
Citation.
Like
I didn't know
sometimes-
if you wanted me to add quotes to it.
If you want to, like in grants, they do make us, so that's why, somebody asked me to send out the example I sent you guys, and
Yeah, Brittany probably, was it Brittany?
Yep.
Yeah, because I was like, She's like, yeah, Dr. Trump sent me an example. I'm like, hey, Dr. Trump ain't sent no example to nobody.
It was the class you guys, it was probably the class you missed. Let's see here. File, open recent. I think it was just this one. Oh, geez, oh, Pete. You ever get that many documents that it's like 12 deep?
I just add a quote to my overall score.
Yeah, so sometimes I will go to scholar.google.com and take one of the strong quotes and search it, and it'll pull up a citation from. Sometimes that works. I know that sounds weird, but like I'll put a quote like, Black mental health in the state of Ohio is in need of support, and you quote that in scholar.google.com and do a search for articles on that. It's like, bam. And it's right in Scholar. It gives you an article, and I must have sent this to you guys a long time ago. Or I sent it from another computer. That might be what the issue is right now. Damn. I remember it being due on like November 1st. BH Workforce. That $1 million grant from Dayton.
Oh. Did you ever?
There it is. And I did send it when she was here. It was whoever was in class that day. Of course, the one she asked me to. This one is a letter of support. Let's just search Dayton. That would work, right?
Isn't it for that private religious school?
Is Dayton a religious school?
No, it was it was from a private religious school.
Dayton is private and religious. University of Dayton is. I know, that's another grant I was working on. What was her name? There was like a.
I don't know. I think she was like. I knew she had glasses and had short hair, and she went to the same college as you.
I know.
And she.
That's why it's funny. It's like it's in your email somewhere. Like maybe you could find it and send it back to me, but as of right now,
I don't know.
nobody can find it.
I can't. It's not. I'm not on my Outlook. I changed my password. I don't know how many times.
You can't end a word in a preposition. I guess you can't end a sentence in a preposition. That's a rule of grammar.
No.
It was actually Christine. There's some that are fully online. So Brittany Dixon, right? I'm going to search that because here we go. I sent it to you guys right here.
How is she fully online?
If you guys ask us, we do that. I mean, it's not supposed to be done, but am I going to make you wait 12 more months to graduate because you can't make the class except online if you turn all your crap in? You know what I mean? I'm a bigger component for online. Oh, here it is. Look. Oh, look, he wasn't on here. So we had Tyler, then she has to forward it to you. Now you got to say, hey, Brittany, will you forward that to me?
Can you just send it to me?
I want to make her participate. This is me calling her out for not being online or in class. Say, hey, she asked me to send this like Friday, and I
I've
haven't.
been waiting on her all day.
Look at this, dude. 13 pages of project executive summary. This shit is gold right here.
Yeah, see, I need this.
Initiatives. I know you gotta text her, be like, yo,
Bro,
Brittany.
you can't send it to me. That's what you want, Dr. Joe.
Because you missed
I'll
when I
come
sent
glad.
it, and now she missed today when I. I'll send it because I have a 2 o'clock now. I can't do all this. There's a project narrative, description of need, 30% of Ohio mental health workforce needs. Wait, the state of Ohio is currently only meeting 29% of its workforce needs. Okay. Forward, right? Who was the Tyler Robinson one?
Tyler Robinson too.
I know, but who was one?
I don't know. It's my twin.
There's so much shit. So yes, that is like gold if you wrote. I have a feeling that Dayton grant is going to win $1.8 million. So there it is. Wait, did I just forward you? I don't even think it's sent. Is the grant attached to that I just sent you?
Yeah. Who just walked out of the sun?
We finished 5 minutes early.